Hey, Motorman here. And if you watch this channel on a regular basis, and you should know that I do a lot of videos about motorcycle tips, tricks, and techniques to make you a better rider. That's why we call it the Ride Like a Pro channel. But sometimes I do reviews on products I think that would be of interest to my viewers, and also I do road tests. But today we're going to do a review on a product I think you're going to like. This is the Crafuel 1000 watt power station. And the reason I have it sitting in the tour pack here is because I thought of a use you may not have thought of for a power station like this, is it fits right in your tour pack. So you can close it, of course, and you got enough room left over where you can put at least a full face helmet and some more stuff inside. But if you go on a camping trip and you want to just pull over somewhere and do some camping, but you'd like to have electricity, maybe plug in your laptop, it's got a pure sine wave inlet right here, and the AC out here. You could plug in your phone. In fact, on the top here, if you just lay the phone on top, it will charge it. There's 3 different USBs. This is something that is really going to come in handy. Now, being 1000 watts, depending on what you plug in, it could last for hours. The main reason I got this is because on my class Sundays, I use a PA speaker. It's got I think it's 250 watts and a Sennheiser remote mic, and I've been using a big Honda 2000 watt generator. Not really big for a generator, but it is 80 pounds versus 18 pounds for this, and it's kind of a bulky setup. I'll show that to you. Now, this was my normal setup. We got a powered speaker, we got the Sennheiser cordless mic, and of course the Honda generator. But this is kind of big and bulky to be dragging around the parking lot for 4 or 5 hours. So I'll show you the new setup I have now using the power station. And here it is. We got the same speaker and the Sennheiser mic, but with the power station, it's just much lighter, takes up much less room, and a lot easier to push around the parking lot. If you've seen the parking lot in my class, it's gigantic, and I'm back and forth a dozen times through the day. So when I used this, it went for 5 hours, and I only used 3% of the power that was in this. So depending on what you're going to plug into it, you know, if you plug in 2 refrigerators and a fan and a light, it's going to take a lot more power, and it just depends on what you plug in as to how long it's going to last. But I found this much easier than using the generator and dragging that around. And as I said, so many more uses for it. You're living in one of these condos, and you know how those people are at condos. You can't make any noise. They're not going to let you put a generator out in your porch or on your balcony, but they will let you use this because it doesn't make any noise and it serves the exact same purpose. Last night we had a storm come through here. In fact, if you take a look at my yard, all the debris around here, we had 70-mile-an-hour winds, a lot of lightning and thunder, and lots of rain. And of course we lost power. It was only out for about a half hour, but the first thing I did was take out the power station. Then I plugged in my computer. I could tell then what the weather was doing. Could also have plugged in a TV, and I had a fan plugged in as well. In that 30 minutes or so that the electricity was out, with all that plugged in, I used maybe 4%. So it's got plenty of power. If you wanted something smaller, they also make a 500 that would actually fit in your bike a little bit, or take up less room on your motorcycle on a camping trip, and of course be a little bit lighter. But this does the job. It works very well and comes in extremely handy. This lists for $8.99, but I'm going to give you a coupon code below that's going to save you 5%. And there are 2 ways to get this. You can go directly to Crafuel's website, or you can go to eBay. They have them there as well. But I highly recommend this. They say this is good for 600 recharges. So depending on what you use it for, it could last years. That's Crafuel 1000 watt power station. Crafuel power stations cost a bit more because they use ternary lithium batteries rather than a lithium iron phosphate battery. Ternary lithium batteries are much better in cold climates and have excellent battery life compared to iron lithium phosphate batteries, and will not lose battery power quickly. The Crafuel is built to last and has a cycle life of up to 600 times. Whether you need electricity during a blackout, or for power tools on a construction site, or if you're a musician needing power for an outdoor gig, the Crafuel will get the job done.